Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Cancer, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Cancer, a very strange thing happened before I turned on the camera for your reading today. You are always the first in my series of readings, and I was just getting the, my camera set up, such as it is, all put together, and I usually have a obsidian snake, a carved snake that is right underneath the camera, and today it fell off the little thing, the little platform that I have here, and the snake head broke right off. And what's crazy is that I specifically chose this crystal for this series of readings. It's a smoky citrine quartz. I'm just into yellow right now. I'm wearing yellow. I wanted something to be yellow. There was a little bit of shadow, a little bit of darkness, and I believe it just all happened so fast, but I believe that the snake fell right onto this crystal. I'm a little bummed because, crystals are expensive, but whenever a crystal is broken, they always say that it took a hit for you, that spirit prevented something that could have happened, that you don't know what it is. But that's what they say when a crystal breaks, that it took a hit for you. And so I wanted to tell you that, Cancer, that your guides are protecting you at this time and perhaps preventing snakes from coming onto your path. So we're going to do your reading today with a brand new deck that I have. It's called the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And another brand new deck I have, I'm very excited to use. It's called the Tarot Landscapes, and it's really, really beautiful. So I've Palo Santo'd everything. I've rung the singing bowl. Cards have been pre-shuffled. So let's see what's up for Cancer, please, Spirit. What messages do you have for Cancer? Okay, I guess you're gonna get two. I felt this chill over my arm when that happened. I'm gonna read this one first that fell to the ground. The Rose Garden. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. And then the card that flipped onto the table. Thank you, Spirit. The Sun. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. It's perfect because today, the day that I'm filming, happens to be Sunday, and I wanted to wear yellow, and I wanted to use a yellow crystal, and there's always a reason, and Spirit just gave it to me. I'm so thankful, and I'm so thankful it's for Cancers as well. We need a little bit of this beautiful, warm light in our lives, Cancers. This is for you. What a beautiful gift. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. And then, it's all about basking in the glow and about taking care of yourself. So you could really be resonating with these energies right now, and I'm all for it. I'm all about it for you. So let's get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All your cards are out, and you showed up in your own reading with the Chariot. Did come out in reverse, though. We'll get to that. So past energy. you got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Seven of Cups can talk about being spoiled for choice, head in the clouds, a lot of confusion over an issue when the card is in the upright. I was watching something about coral reefs recently that they were playing, scientists were playing a certain kind of music or a certain frequency to this dwindling patch of coral. And when they played the music, the coral started to regenerate. So there's something to that. You could be really focused on frequency music or music in general right now. A lot of musical messages have been coming through me lately, and I just had this crazy realization, because this has happened my whole life. Anytime there's been a certain event or somebody says a sentence a certain way, a song will come into my head that either mirrors that sentence or mirrors the sentiment. And I realized that doesn't happen to everybody else. That's clairaudience, but I didn't realize that other people do not hear music in their head at seemingly random times as messages. Like, it just occurred to me the other day that that's not common. So, and it really kind of blew me away, because it was something that I guess I had taken for granted. And so there's something here, perhaps, that there's something wrapped up in that message for you, that maybe there's something in your life that is dwindling, that is losing momentum. And it requires you to inject it with a certain kind of vitality, whether it's music or some kind of creative spark that you could be trying to look for right now. So take that as it resonates, that maybe you have a project on the back burner and you just haven't gotten back to it, you haven't gotten around to it. Spirit is saying, please go back to it, sit with it. It's worth the effort to revisit. But the Seven of Cups in the upright is all about not knowing, right? If we're these kind of sea creatures, which I think are jellyfish, and we're trying to take solace or to find respite or shelter in wherever these habitations lie, we may not know which one to choose. But in the reverse, in the past energy, things became clearer to you. However, with the Chariot card in reverse, you didn't feel as though you could move towards it. This is Cancer energy, number 7 in the Major Arcana, and it's very significant that it shows up in your reading, because it really tells me that I'm honing in on Cancer energy. This is interesting. This kind of feels like mirrored kind of into, as we recede into the background, there's this feeling of depth to this imagery. And this card in the upright, it feels as though the pathway is clear. It's clear, we know where we're going, we know where we're headed, and it's a straight shot. When the card is in reverse, there is some kind of delay. There is some hesitancy or blockage that is preventing you from movement forward. So I'm going to ask for a clarifier. This is your past energy. It's almost like you could see the road ahead, but you could not move. And that's sometimes worse. When you can see exactly where it is you want to go, what it is that you want. You're not confused about it anymore, but you're still unable to move forward. It's like temptation. It's like, it's a tease, isn't it? Spirit, can I have a clarifier for the Chariot card in reverse, please? Can't remember the last time it took this long to get a clarifier out. Thank you, Spirit. Knight of Wands in the reverse. I feel as though this is a, what do they call this? Big cat, a lynx bounding through the snow, very determined. The Knight of Wands is somebody who is impulsive. Some would say reckless. This can be player energy. If we're talking about a relationship reading, which I don't necessarily see here, but it's somebody who's just playing, who comes in swinging or comes in with a big energy, but fizzles out. In the reverse, though, you're looking, it's almost as if you could see something, that was tempting or flashy, and you made the decision for yourself that, no, I have to hold out for something that is a little more stable, predictable, reliable, trustworthy is a word that I just heard. Trustworthy. And so in the meantime, I'm just going to focus on myself, focus on my own abundance, focus on my divine feminine energy of attracting things towards me. I'm going to ask for one more clarifier. What's the Seven of Cups in reverse about? What have we gotten clear on? What has Cancer gotten clear on? Thank you, Spirit. Three of Wands. You've gotten clear on what it is that you're waiting for. Very good. I mean, I'm instantly seeing a scenario where, like, if this was a relationship kind of that you were waiting for, you were not going to settle for somebody that was haphazard or fly by the seat of their pants. So you're going to wait. You're going to wait for something that feels right, that feels productive, that feels energetic and life-giving, right? That fire energy. There's animals coming out of these wisps of flames. What I can make, I don't have my reading glasses, so it's kind of hard for me to see that level of detail, but I see a bird and a bunny and what looks like a pig, but I don't think this is a pig. There's the bird there and there's the bunny. So fertility, this kind of phoenix rising from the ashes, this idea that it's like being on the precipice of understanding and inhabiting these qualities that we want to attract, right? When they say, when you're trying to attract a partner, they always say, be that partner, right? If you want somebody wealthy, then embody wealth. Be wealth. Embody wealth. You know, if you're looking for somebody attractive, then be that attractiveness. And however it is that you define that. And so they always say, in order to attract it, be it. So I see that here. And that you're waiting, that you're not in a rush. I mean, maybe you're in a little bit of a rush. Not a rush, but you're determined. But you're not going to settle. So in a sense, you were the one that was delaying your movement. It could have been so easy for you to just take all what was shiny to take what was alluring and seductive, and there's a part of you that had some self-discipline. It's tough. It's so tough to have self-discipline. Where are we in the present energy, Cancer? 5 of Swords. Under the canopy of the leaves, the underbelly of the forest floor, there's a kind of, I don't know what this is. Is it like a cricket or like a moth? There's kind of this creature up here. I think it's an owl. This level of detail. I need to start bringing my reading glasses to the table, because it's becoming more difficult for me to discern. You know, actually, it looks like an owl, but it could also be a cat. I don't think it matters. What does matter is that we've run up into the tree now, and we see this perceived threat. We see this perceived threat. 5 of Swords talks about winning at all costs, one-upping the opponent, trying to find the advantage. What Spirit just told me was that in that effort to find the upper hand, sometimes we may do a disservice to ourselves, because now we're stuck up in that tree. And if this is the thing that we fear, what are our options? What are our choices? Cancer, is it like feeling like you're backed into a corner? You know, even the vines seem to be creeping up on you, right? Like, it reminds me of the scene from the first Harry Potter. The first Harry Potter or the second one? Oh my goodness. I believe it's the first one, where Ron gets stuck in the devil's snare. And of course, Hermione saves the day. But it's this idea that the devil's snare will just kind of ensnare you, that will, the vines will overrun you. What are the vines? They could be this feeling of being consumed by worry. We are in the Swords suit here, and Swords is all about thinking energy. It's air energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It's clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, though. See how different? It's like if we're looking at the forest scene, see how different a feeling this is? Here we're under the canopy and in the shadow. And here there's a portal that is now opened where we can see the forest for the trees. We can see the path ahead. We can see what's on the other side waiting for us. 10 of Pentacles is abundance, is good fortune, good health, happy home life, happy family. It's like this is what the goal is, but perhaps this is the situation that you find yourself in at the moment, waiting for the sun energy to kind of break through. Finding it where you can find it. Okay, because I see here, there's pockets of sunlight coming through. It reminds me of cat energy in that You know, if you've ever owned a cat and there's any kind of sunlight nearby, even if it's just a tiny little sliver on the floor, that cat will sit in that tiny little sliver. The cat will always find those rays of sunshine. And so I want to say, Cancer, that you're doing your level best to find those rays of sunshine, to remember that eventually there's going to be this greater window of opportunity for you. But it could be taxing. Can I have a clarifier for the Five of Swords, please? What is the perceived threat? Angels, spirits, guides, what is the perceived threat that Cancer is dealing with right now? The Fool card in reverse and the Two of Wands in the reverse. So let's look at the Fool card first. The Fool card is the number 0 card, and it starts the major arcana. It starts the whole tarot. The tarot is about the Fool's journey and the idea that we can start over, that we can take a leap of faith with everything that we've learned and everything that we've been through, that we do not carry a cynical attitude, that we do not carry all of our burdens and all of our traumas. We're traveling light as the Fool. It's taking risk. It's believing and having faith. And this card is in reverse. The Two of Wands in the upright normally talks about directionality. Where are we going? How are we going to get there? When should we go? What should we do? Right? It's all about what action should we take. Here's that portal energy again. And you have it in the reverse. Right? So there's not a lot of deliberation because it's already happened. Right? It's again, it's like this. The Chariot card. Like, you know what the path is. It's not that you don't know what the path is, but there could be some hesitancy to embark upon that path. Maybe you're taking little steps. Maybe you're trying to anticipate all the problems ahead of time. And, oh, what is that expression? I have to paraphrase it because it's not coming to me. Spirit's giving it to me like in a half way, which is, it's like you plan and God laughs or something. Sorry if I'm not getting it, but the idea behind it is, right, that we can be meticulous about preparing for every eventuality. Before we take that leap of faith, let's just get all our ducks in a row, make sure we have enough this and enough that, and that we've taken all of our shots, and that we've mapped out everything. And that's good. You should always try to prepare yourself. But are you over preparing to the point where you're not moving? Or we're not moving anywhere. We're not going anywhere. And maybe you have good reason. I'm hearing this engine roaring in the background. They're certainly trying to go somewhere. And very obnoxiously too. But all of that over preparation could lead to eventual stagnancy. And then discouragement, right? You don't want to get to the point where you discourage yourself from even beginning. This is one of the hardest things to do. Some people don't have a hard time getting started. I have a hard time getting started. Like today, I started what will be a rather large-scale project. I started that today. I sat out on my balcony for the first time in like a year because it's so beautiful outside, and I was like, I got my sketchbook out and just started fleshing out some ideas. And it's not going to be easy. I mean, I hope it will be easy, but it's a large-scale project. And normally that kind of thing would just paralyze me. And I would say, well, maybe I'll get to it. No, I have had to train myself to step out of that procrastination energy. So many good ideas that I've had have been relegated to boxes, right, in the shadows, where they never see the light of day. And what a shame, right? Because this is all what Spirit wants to give you right now, is the light of day. So whatever direction you want to move in, it's for your best and highest good. And I just think that there needs to be a level of trust in yourself. This rose garden, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And the future potential, the 21 card, the world energy. Chapters coming to a close and new chapters beginning. I just did a series of readings on new chapters beginning, so you should check that out. But the world card talks about kind of recognizing it. Sometimes when we're in the middle of something, we're too close. Like, we can't tell until we look back on something that, oh, that was a crazy chapter in my life, right? But there's something here where you can kind of see that you feel a shift happening. You feel a shift in the air. And it's funny because on, how sometimes Facebook shows you your memories. Today, 4 years ago, happened to be the day, my first day of furlough from my job because of the pandemic. And, at that time, everybody thought, okay, we'll be home for 2 weeks. It'll be nice to not have to work, etc., etc. And then what happened, right? And I looked back on that photo, because I just took a photo with, you guessed it, one of my cats. And I looked at that photo and I was like, God, the mindset that I was in that moment, the mentality that I was in, where I was in my life, what I was doing with my life, that was before my spiritual awakening, that was before tarot, that was before big promotion I had at work, there's before so many revelations. And I can look back on it and say, that chapter just completely shifted for me. But for you, it's like you can see the chapter closing and a new chapter opening as we speak. It's clarified, however, by the Queen of Wands. In the reverse, you're intimidated. Here we are. You're like even lower than the trees now. Right? It's this, like, what is this? I can't even like really discern what this is. I think it's a fox. Something is sleeping. Is nestled, is protected. Honestly, can't tell what it is. But the idea of it is that it's the germination, it's the generation of growth. The Queen of Wands is the embodiment of confidence and yellow solar plexus energy, beauty. She's the power behind the king. And when she's in the reverse, there can be a little bit of resentment tied up to this energy. I think you're being really hard on yourself. because now Spirit's drawing my attention back to this card. Be gentle with yourself. I think you're being hard on yourself, Cancer. I think you're like, it's almost like, I should have closed this chapter out already. What happened? Like, I've been trying to close this chapter out. Why can't I close this chapter out? I can see it. It's so obvious. It's so obvious what I have to do. And I just can't seem to take that, get that one last push. And Spirit is just saying, part of the journey. It's part of the journey. Stop being so hard on yourself. You're going to close it when you're ready to close it. Let me get one clarifier. I didn't pull advice from Spirit, but I'm going to pull one card of advice from Spirit. What is your advice? Angels, spirits, guides, what is your advice? Oh. Could not have asked for anything more beautiful for you, Cancer. And for me as a reader, I don't know if you can see in the background, right? I have a picture of a heron. I think I've told people on my channel, I'm obsessed with herons. To me, the heron represents Spirit. The number one. I have skeleton keys representing the soul space and the heron representing Spirit. And here it is. The Four of Cups. The first time she makes an appearance in a reading on my channel. This is the first time I've used this deck. It's so beautiful. And the Two of Cups. The Four of Cups can talk about trying to recognize what is coming in for you and the difficulty that you may be having in trying to recognize that new Ace of Cups. But with the Two of Cups here, it's talking about a divine partnership, a connection between you and another soul. So this could be a romantic partner, could be a very close friend or family member, could be you and your higher self. I'm kind of feeling it's, you know, I see this here, another Harry Potter reference. I feel it's like the Patronus, right? It's like the outward expression of our soul space. That's how I always saw the Patronus, as just something that, this power that extends beyond your physical. So it's this idea that Spirit is asking you to return back to, one, a sense of your soul space and who you are at your core, but also trust in Spirit, a trust that you are being carried, right? Being carried over this water. Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. It's so quiet too. I don't know if you've ever seen a heron in flight. It's quiet. And the herons are big. But it's just this, to me, it's one of the most majestic energies. Spirit is literally kind of soaring with you. There's just this feeling I get right now of just grace. This beautiful grace energy. Right, just like this. That's your reading, Cancer. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Cancer.